Hi everyone, I'm Tony Mori and I'm visiting Heyden Vineyards in Napa. Let's visit together. Family-run Heyden Vineyards is located in the Stags Leap district along the Silverado Trail. Heyden shipped its first wine in 1984 and opened a tasting room a few years later. Its acid bottled Chardonnay, Cabernet Sauvignon, and late harvest dessert wines are winning accolades from wine enthusiasts. We have Andre van der Heyden, owner and winemaker of Van der Heyden Vineyards, with us today.
This had started off as a hobby. 40 years ago, I knew absolutely nothing about wine except that I did not care for it. But then in the early 70s, a friend insisted that I tried a real nice Cabernet, and that changed my thoughts about wines. So I started buying some of it, did not know what to buy. I was living in Piedmont, which is in the Oakland Hills. The adult education had a home winemaking class, and I signed up for it, and that's how I learned how to make wine. I've taken a few one-day courses at UC Davis, and the rest is all self-taught actually. And in 1977, we bought the winery here. There was no winery then. We just started with the vineyard and then later on with the winery. And we do about 3,000 cases annually, and they all are sold from the taste room here. At this point, we have no distribution on the outside. But we do make 34 different wines. We grow 11 different varieties, and we make 34 wines. We make 7 different Cabernets, 3 Chardonnays, 3 Merlots, Cabernet Franc, Malbec, Petit Verdot, Syrah, and then we do dessert wines. That's what we really are known for actually. And dessert wines are very risky because the grapes have to stay for an additional 6 to 8 weeks beyond the normal harvest on the vines. So then they really have a chance to sit there, intensify the flavors, and then the sugars go very high. But we do go into the fall, that brings in the rainy season. We can get mold, mildew, bunch rot, birds, bees, all can spoil it. Once in a while we do get lucky though. The most important thing in winemaking is probably the grapes itself. You have to have good quality grapes if you want to make good wine. And there is no secrets to making wine actually. The biggest asset for a winemaker is the ability to remember flavors and aromas. And if you can do that, it's like a chef, you can just follow the recipes, but you have to start off with good grapes. And the wine is made in the vineyard. Okay, the white wine is our estate bottled Chardonnay, and we do some things a little bit different. For 24 hours, we leave the grape skins with the juices together. Flavors are in the skins, not in the juice. And when we do that, we get real nice tropical fruit flavors like mango, pineapple, and melons. But it is risky to do that because Chardonnay grapes, the bunches are very tight, to the point where berries on the inside of the bunch can get squashed. The juice has no place to go then, and then they get moldy, and a little bit of mold will spoil the tank of wine real quickly. So what we have to do then, the day before harvest, we have people go into the vineyard and check out every bunch, and if it looks like there might be any mold to it, then just get rid of it. Then when the grapes come here for the processing, we hand rake them into a crusher stammer, and we're selecting all the bad ones get tossed away again also. Then it goes through the crusher stammer, and then we put the berries, crushed berries, into the tank where we leave it for 24 hours so we get all these nice flavors from the skins into the juice. Then the following day it gets pressed out, and then we ferment it in stainless steel tanks so we can control the temperature. We keep it at 55 degrees, and it can take anywhere from 3 to 4 months to ferment it that way. And then sometimes we go into the barrels and sometimes not. This one here, we did not go into the barrels with it. So here you get just the flavors from the grapes itself, the nice tropical fruit flavors. And it is a very distinguished wine. My philosophy about making wine is that the wine has to be good, but needs to be distinguished. Because if it is going to taste like everybody else's, why bother being here actually? And I think that just makes sense. Then we have the late harvest wines here. Now, the late harvest wines, the sugars go very high. And the best way I can explain what happened with the grapes is by making a comparison between 2 tomatoes. One you bought in the grocery store. They look beautiful, but they taste like plastic. And the other one you picked off the vine in the backyard when they're actually ripe. It's completely 2 different specimens almost. And here we do the grapes, they stay longer on the vine, so they get sweeter actually. We measure the sugars as Brix, B-R-I-X, that's the name of the guy who invented that system. To put a perspective to it, the grapes that you buy in the store to eat, they have about 14, 15 Brix to it. The wine grapes, they have about 23, 24 bricks. The 23 bricks will ferment in about 12% alcohol. This year we picked at 35 bricks of sugar, so it's a lot sweeter actually. It has 7% residual sugar and 15.5% alcohol to it. And the real deep, intense flavors on it is meant to be just for dessert by itself. And this here is a Petit Syrah, and it's very fascinating wine. Now, what really has put our name on the map is the late harvest Cabernet actually. But unfortunately, right now we're sold out on them. Now, there's three things that goes best with this wine actually. First of all, a glass, chocolate, a pair of slippers, a fireplace, and a good companion. Not necessarily in that sequence. I'm Andre van der Heyden, owner, winemaker from Van der Heyden Vineyards Winery in Napa. We are located on the Silverado Trail, 4057 Silverado Trail, Napa. And we feature 34 wines. On our daily tastings, we do 6 wines. We have a Chardonnay, a Rosé of Cabernet, a Merlot, a Cabernet. We do a white table wine, and then we have the late harvest Petit Syrah actually. And if you come to the Napa, we'd be happy to have you visit us.
How'd you like Van der Heyden Vineyards? I hope you enjoyed it. Okay, I'll see you guys next time.